Hey everyone, Aaron here with Canyon Adventure Vans, back with another installation video. Today we're going to be showing you how to install our console table bracket with Lagoon system and universal small table. We have other tables that are going to fit in this area as well. Today we do have the universal small table. Things that are going to make this easier today for you installing. Drill. We're going to need a 13 or a half inch socket on a ratchet. 11/16 wrench. A Sharpie is going to help out today, preferably something that's going to show up on your seat base. Today we have a black seat base, so we're going to be using this silver because it'll show up. A hole punch. Also going to need a 7/16 wrench. Everything else, one more thing, is going to be this 1/2 inch driver that's going to fit in your drill so that we can put in some self-tapping screws, and that's what ultimately this 1/4 inch drill bit's going to help out with as well. Stuff that's going to be included in your kit, along with some swag here, is going to be a couple Allen keys. You're going to have this bolt and this fitting here that slides over. These plus nuts, we'll get into that in a second, but you can go ahead and start off by getting that prepared just like that. You're going to have a step bit. It's going to help drilling out the holes for the plus nuts. Should have 2 of these 5/16 18 thread bolts here that are going to fit your 13 or 1/2 inch socket. You're going to have a couple of these, 3 of these self-tappers, and you're also going to have 2 of these washers. Okay, now that we've made this nice mess here, one of the first steps would be putting together this Lagoon system. Put your table on the arm, the leg on the arm, and kind of have this ready to go. Just for context, we're working today on a stock Mercedes Sprinter that hasn't been built into a Winnebago Revel or a Storyteller or anything like that. So these seat bases are going to kind of vary on what the seat arrangement is, the height of this seat base compared to your floor. We've seen a few different configurations. This van does have the 2 holes that we would typically use on a Storyteller or Revel to mount this. But as you can see here, we kind of end up, if we were to put this in here, we'd kind of end up with this really high. And in this particular van, there's not a raised seat, so we'd kind of be running into that and we'd be getting in the way. So what we're ultimately going to do is try to mount this as low as possible. What makes that tricky is that there's not going to be easy holes to line up and to drill into. So that is why we have this table ready to go. You can use a level and things like that, but the nature of vans being parked on driveways and things like that is that it's really hard to get a level surface to work with. So what we're actually going to use, if you can get in here real quick, is that cup holder, the stereo, all of those are straight lines. So what we can basically do is put this table into place generally where it's going to go, put this base generally where it's going to go, and use the table in relation to those lines up there to make sure that we got a straight line to work off of. Okay, so in this particular case, I'm able to actually take this bracket and just push it as far over as it will go up against the seat base with this bracket loose as it comes in the package. And that's actually giving me a level surface for this table. It lines up with those lines up there. So I know I can confidently take this table off now and just push my bracket all the way to the side. Yours may be different for some reason, so I highly recommend using the table first to kind of map out that level surface there. But now I can take my marker, can take my bracket here, and I can put it back to where it was, and I'm just pushing this all the way over to where this bracket lines up nice and tight there with the side. And then I'm just going to take my marker, put it in these 2 holes here, do a couple swirls around, get a nice solid dot there. Same thing for the top, and now I should be left with 2 nice holes there. So now that I have these holes marked, I can take my hole punch here and go right in the center of that hole that I marked and give it a good couple hole punches right in the center of these holes that I marked. Now, like I said, I'm pretty confident in where I lined that all up and how the table looked. If I wanted to be super careful, which sure, let's go ahead and just do that. I'll put this back on, put the bracket back on, and just make sure that those holes line up. If you have a helper that can kind of hold the table for you while you're lining all this stuff up, that would definitely help you out. But essentially, we're just double checking our work here. Okay, we want to get that table nice and level with those straight lines up there that we have for reference. And then just make sure that those holes that we marked still fit inside the two holes here. So those markings are showing through. I see my Sharpie nice and straight through there. I see that my table is nice and straight with that line there. So I'm ready to commit and drill those holes now. Now the step bit is intended that when you are mounting into these two holes that you can just drill this straight in and go all the way to the end, and then your plus nut right here will fit into that hole. Obviously today we're doing things a little different because of the van that we're working on. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this 1/4 inch drill bit to give myself a pilot hole. You could use a smaller drill bit. I think the smallest this goes is 1/8. So you could use a 1/8 drill bit. But essentially, I'm just gonna try and get these holes started. You can drill these out just with this step bit, but I like to use a pilot hole first. So here we go. Okay, and as I'm drilling, I'm kind of moving my drill bit around a little bit if I need to ultimately carve out the exact marking that I made. Ultimately want to get it right where I had that mark. Okay, we'll do the bottom one now. Now I can take my step bit, put that on there, and I'm gonna go all the way to the end of this step bit. And it actually looks like the second to the last is, so the 15-30 second mark, that seems like that's plenty big. If you go a little bit bigger, no big deal, but you do want these to be as tight as possible going in. It'll help out. So now we'll get into the plus nut portion of this here. So like I said, you're gonna feed your bolt through this black housing here, and then you got your plus nut on the end there. You're gonna go ahead and put this into the hole there. Put your 11/16 wrench around the end here, and then you can take your 1/2 inch 13 millimeter socket, put that on the end there, and essentially what you're going to be doing is holding this part while you crank this tight. And what helps is to just let this push against the floor, that way you're not having to hold that. And if you find it easier, you can hold the wrench like this too. Push it down into the floor like this, but as you can see, it does want to fall. All right, and as you go, you'll feel the plus nut start to get tighter, and the tension on your ratchet here will be tighter and tighter. I'm just gonna keep going and going. Okay, and as it gets tighter and tighter, you can be a little bit more careful here. You don't need to go too crazy tight, but we definitely don't want these to spin on us. Just go and give it a good tighten. And then now, you can come over to lefty-loosey mode, back this bolt out a little bit. And as long as your plus nut's not spinning or anything, you most likely got it plenty tight. Okay. Now to make things easier, I'll take this table leg off just so I don't have the whole table fighting me. And then now you're gonna take your two 5/16 bolts here. You can go ahead and run them through the washer. Okay. We'll just start with the top hole here. feed this bolt through and go ahead and grab this top riv nut, or sorry, plus nut here. Okay, you can kind of take your time getting that bolt in there. You don't want to cross thread those riv nuts because it's quite a mess trying to get that out of there. So just make sure you got a good easy glide into that hole there. Nothing's stopping you. And then we can go ahead and get the bottom one in at this point. Again, making sure it grabs those threads nice and smooth. Okay, and then we can take this same 13mm or 1/2 inch and go ahead and tighten these up. Okay, and as you can see here, you may or may not have a little bit of play here, which is good. I'm gonna go ahead and push it all the way to the side because I've already leveled it out. But that is a little bit of play that you might be able to get your table leveled out the way you want. In my opinion, if anything, you'd want the table coming this way a little bit. You could cantilever it over, kind of dipping more to the driver's side, but my logic is you'd rather have your food or anything fall off over into the passenger than into your driver's side. So if anything, if it dips a little bit to your passenger side, you're probably in a safer place, but that's just my opinion. Okay, we'll get these nice and tight. So as you can see here, it's really not going anywhere, but we did design this to where you can put some screws in the side here. I really only like to do 2 out of the 3. We've done plenty where we haven't done any. We have plenty of customers that don't do this part, but if you want it a little more rigid and really grabbing onto this seat base, that's where you can go ahead and take this 1/4 inch drill bit again. If you're really feeling strong, you can try and go ahead and put this 1/2 inch driver on there and just self-tapper it in, but it's pretty thick steel here. I like to do a pilot hole first just to not take all the energy out of myself. So we'll go ahead and do these top 2. This bottom one goes into a double plate, so I don't really want to drill too much into that. I'm just going to do these top ones for a little bit extra stability. So we'll go ahead with this middle one first. All right, and then I'll go ahead and switch over to this driver. You can use an impact driver for this part. We'll just use our drill here since we have it. And we'll go ahead and just feed this self-tapper now into that pre-drilled hole. This is where an impact would be nice because my drill's running out of power. Okay, and then you can take your, if your drill's weak like mine, you can go ahead and take your ratchet over here and just give it a nice tighten. You don't want to strip it out, but just make sure it's nice and tight up against that seat base there. Now we'll do another pre-drill with our 1/4 inch drill bit. Okay, we're going into the top hole now. And before I get too far, I'll go ahead and tighten this up just so I don't have that gap there. So we can go ahead and grab our smaller of the 2 Allen keys. It's going to be a 5/32 and your 7/16 wrench. And we'll go ahead and tighten this up. I'm going to close up that gap there. Do the bottom bolt as well. So here we go. Drilling this top hole now. Okay. Throw back on our 1/2 inch. All right, go ahead and tighten this up now. Okay, there we go. Now as you can see, this is a lot more sturdy there. We'll go ahead and throw our seat on, or our table on now. And what you might find is that your armrest is a little bit in the way there, so you can move your seat forward to help get this on. Okay, so we'll drop our leg down. Go ahead and put our arm on with the table or without it. I had it pushed all the way over. I'm a little bit leaning to the driver, so I'm gonna use a little bit of that play that I talked about earlier. I'm just being meticulous here. But as you can see, I had just enough play there to get it perfectly level there up against those reference lines. So I'm gonna go ahead and now tighten it back up. All right, and now is a great time to get your Canyon Adventure Vans Dirt Devil vacuum out and vacuum up all this mess here. If you don't have one, any other vacuum does work as well. So there it is. I love this. This is nice and sturdy down here. It's nice and level up here. The next thing would be getting your seats kind of set up to where this swivels without hitting anything. So for this one, I'm gonna need to kind of move this seat forward and up, or move the table down. So as you can see here, I'm just hitting this armrest. So if I come up just a little bit on the seat here, now I'm realizing this one had power seats and does have an upwards adjustment. But as you can see there, we're going nice and easy there. We're rubbing up just a little bit on this seat, which I think is gonna be totally fine. I can come up a little bit higher on the seat to fix that. And we also do have these holes here. So if it were a big issue, I could come over to this next set of holes here with this Lagoon slim bracket. But I really like this. This is gliding really nice. It's nice and level. It's nice and sturdy. Last thing I need to do is just clean up the mess I made here and we'll be good. Thanks for watching, folks. This concludes our installation video of our console table bracket here in our Mercedes Sprinter. Hope that makes it easier for you guys if you're struggling out there. All the links you're gonna need to follow us, support us, and stay tuned with what we're doing are gonna be below in the description. But thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Stay safe out there and have fun.